Hello everyone, what is going on? Raven here, welcome back. We're talking about Shrek the movie franchise in today's video. Now, I've been watching Shrek 1 and 2 today when I'm recording this, and I noticed some discrepancies in the plot holes of the main stories. Why is that? Well, I'm not the only one that noticed that. Screen Rant has also noticed that. And we're going to be talking about his together on this channel, okay? So if you do want to read everything, you can find the link in the description. So go ahead and check it out. How did Shrek know of Farquaad's plan? We all know that Farquaad thought Fiona was beautiful and attractive and everything else. But how did Shrek figure out that Farquaad only wanted to marry Fiona so he could become king? No one told him that. Where did he get that piece of information? Is it because he's only Lord Farquaad and not King Farquaad? Or did he find out something offset? Did he find out something while traveling? Did the guards maybe say something while he was leaving the castle and just didn't say anything? Who knows? How did they find the tower? Now, Shrek is he's a pretty large man. And the actual tower Fiona lives in is pretty small. Although it does look like a pretty nice tower. Although it's not as huge as I was thinking it was going to be if it's going to hide a dragon. Now, how do they know where it was? Shrek does not have a map. He does not have a compass. So it only takes them, from the movie, it only takes them about a couple days to get to this tower. How do they know where it was? Did someone tell them of stories of where it was? Did they say, travel in this direction, keep going till you find it? Who knows? Where did Fiona's American accent come from? Her parents have English accents, which is why Julie Andrews from The Sound of Music played her mother, the Queen, and why John Cleese played her father, the King. Now, they have English accents, and she has an American accent, which makes no sense in the plot at all, because she was only raised very strictly with just around her parents, and then she lived by herself. So there was no one else to really influence the accent. Did she just create it on her own while she was locked in a tower by herself? Who knows? Prince Charming was shocked by the lack of the dragon. At the start of Shrek 2, we can see Prince Charming finally making it to the castle. Or the tower, I should say. To go find Fiona. Because he wanted to try to save Fiona to become king. Now, when he gets there, there's no dragon, and he doesn't seem bothered. And when they're retelling the story of how he got there, they just say he goes through bliss, the horrible weather conditions, and then he climbs up to the highest tower, and there's no reference of a dragon, even though we see they face a dragon. Gingy should be missing a leg. He's a cute little innocent gingerbread man we see throughout the movie franchise. He should be looked after throughout the entire series, but instead, he ends up in some kind of scariest positions of all. His legs have been glued back on for the purposes of Shrek 2. But when one of them was crumbled into thousands of tiny pieces by Farquaad, he shouldn't have had the one leg. So how do they figure out a way to bake a new leg for him, just specifically that size, and then glue it on for him? How does that make sense? Did he go to the Muffin Man and say, hey, I need a new leg? That's always possible. You think they might be suspicious of the swamp. Now, when the king and queen may have been shocked and surprised that their daughter is about to marry or has married a huge green ogre, and that she herself looks like an ogre. But, ogres are real in this world. Everyone has had to deal and see ogres. And everyone knows that ogres live in swamps. So then the king and queen send their messenger to the swamp to summon Shrek and Fiona. You'd think they would at least give it a couple seconds of thought. Unless they only heard rumors. Maybe they didn't know for sure, because when they first see Shrek and Fiona pull up at the castle, they seem very shocked to see that Shrek and Fiona are married and that they're both ogres. Were they hoping it was just, a rumor? Who knows? Donkey is missing one of his children. We all know Donkey is a very happy man. He and Dragon, his wife, they had, children together. And at the end of Shrek 2, they have 6 little baby hybrids. But in Shrek 3, there are only 5. So what happened to the other one? Did Mama Dragon eat the other one? Did Donkey misplace that one and the baby died? So what could have happened? Did it maybe just had an accident? Did it have a health problem? Because they're hybrids. Dragons and donkeys should not be making babies. So was that part of the little, I don't want to say contradiction, but was that the side effect of 2 totally separate species making babies together? Is that the one died? Who knows? Surely Shrek knew Fiona wasn't in the tower with a question mark. Shrek 4 forces a titular character into a strange, almost apocalyptic alternate universe, in which Fiona is a powerful force. We see her face on wanted posters all around Shrek's swamp, indicating that she is known for being more of a villain. So, obviously this means she isn't still just sitting in a tower on her own. However, Shrek wastes his own time on a mission he must know deep down isn't going to get him anywhere. Why? If he saw her posters everywhere, why would he still go to the tower? It makes no sense. Shrek goes back to the wrong point in time. When Shrek 4 reaches the only conclusion time travel films can ever really have, there's a big mistake that makes the entire storyline very unclear. When Shrek signs Rumpelstiltskin's contract, it seems that he is transported to an alternate reality right then and there, meaning when he reverses the whole thing, he should have been to the point where he returns at the end of the film. In fact, he ends up back at the party from the opening scene. This seems to suggest something more along the lines of entire plot being some sort of daydream. I kind of like that thought. The fact that, it was only a dream. Like, it only happened in his head, which is why everyone else was like, what the heck are you doing? What is going on? And the last one, the other ogres should not be his friends at the end. Whether the story of Shrek the Fourth was in fact a daydream or a jump into an alternate reality, the final scene of the film does not make a lot of sense. Shrek, because he undid his parallel life, never met any of the other ogres, yet they appear at the end of the film. This one seems a little too obvious to have missed. So maybe it was simply included as a reference to Shrek's fake life, or he's imagining them. Good point. What do you guys think of this video? Let me know in the comment section down below. I have other thoughts as to ways a movie could have been made differently or have different endings, different storylines. Those videos will be coming out into the future. Until then, I will see you on the very next video. If you are not subscribed yet, please go ahead and do so. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that way you are notified every single time I upload, which is pretty much daily. I will see you next time. Bye!